Today's video is pretty rough and hard to record. Didn't feel like doing it and still don't, but I'm here as part of that 30-day challenge. It's day 3, and I wanted to share a concept that I learned this year with you about when you don't feel like doing something, why you shouldn't force it on yourself and why you shouldn't rely on two things that most people rely on. And I used to do this quite a lot as well until I realized there is a really easy way how you can actually get past that feeling of needing to force something on yourself that you don't really want to do, but you do know that you need to do it in order to move the needle forward in life, for example. So this concept is called thinking in systems, and it's nothing new. It's nothing, like I didn't invent this, or it's not like you probably never heard of it, but creating a system, just like in the book Atomic Habits, we don't fall to the level of our habits, we fall to the level of our systems, right? So there's two concepts. One is using willpower and purely relying on that in order to move forward, or the second one is motivation. So either of those are going to be essentially, you're going to be at the end of the day, or whenever you're starting to do something productive, you're going to have like a jar with both willpower and motivation when you wake up. And that jar, depending on what you do, what you engage in, what you consume, what you create, what you do during the day, that jar will slowly trickle down and almost have like a hole that will essentially let out a lot of that willpower and that motivation. When it comes to actually doing and taking action on things that matter in your life, there's 3 steps that you can take to actually think in systems rather than just rely on willpower and motivation to move forward. So these 3 are, number 1, being thinking holistically. So what does that mean? Like thinking as a whole, like what do you need to achieve today? What is the most important thing that you want to get done today? And why does it matter? The second concept is repeatability. So how repeatable is this for you to keep doing it without needing to rely on anything apart from this system that you set yourself? Like, is this task repeatable? Like, can I wake up in the morning and instead of driving 20 minutes to the gym, I have a set of dumbbells beside my bed and a bench press and a chin-up bar that is a 5-meter walk from my bedroom? You're probably going to more likely be, there's going to be less of a barrier to entry there for you in order to start taking action. And that habit becomes more repeatable just by being easily accessible to you. And there's so many other ways that you can make this, these habits repeatable and turn them into something that you don't have to think about twice and just start doing automatically. And the third concept of this is you want to peel the band-aids. You don't want to apply, these quick fixes to the times when you don't feel like doing something. We always think about, what can I do right now in order to force this on myself? What can I do right now to make myself do this, even though, I don't feel like recording this video, or I don't feel like working out during the day, or I don't feel like eating this 4th meal in order to gain weight, for example. So you want to peel those band-aids and review, actually look at what are you doing in order to achieve what you want to achieve on a day-to-day basis. And that's how you can think in systems. So as part of all of this, what we usually do as part of the process, the behind the scenes of thinking through, using willpower and motivation is we usually have intentions, right? We want to do something with intention and complete that task or that thing that we want to get done. And what once we've got the intention, what we do is we set up a plan, which is great. Like everyone has plans, but again, most people just rely on those two things that don't get them very far. And that's why, to summarize, as part of thinking in systems, you should think holistically. What is the most important thing that I should achieve today? And what is my bigger goal? Make it as repeatable as possible without adding any friction. And you want to peel those band-aids. So you don't want to attach a temporary fix to your lack of willpower or motivation to complete that task in the moment. You want to think long-term, like how can I actually fix this? And there is going to be a lot of discomfort in using, this process, but it will keep you accountable to yourself, and it will help you in staying on task long term without needing to, essentially put on a bunch of, red tape on the thing that you want to accomplish. So that's that. Comment below if you've felt that this week, or this month, or this year, if you've ever had a moment where you do not feel like doing anything, like I am right now. Just want to go to sleep, but I've got to do this. And I know that if I create a system that is easy, I know, in my mind that I have a goal that I want to achieve, which is getting better at these videos. I want, bigger goal is to eventually grow this channel and, grow the accountability community. Link in description if you're interested. And not attach any quick fixes to my actions when I actually get to making this a repeatable task, which I have. Even though I don't really, as mentioned, I have no motivational willpower to sit here and talk right now, I'm still going to get this video out today, which means that in some sense this works, and it will work for you if you apply it correctly. So comment down below, and I will see you there. See you in the next one.